Welcome to another episode of Chatbout Toronto. And today we're gonna get into it. Before I tell you what the topic is, I am your girl Malizia,
and I am your girl Miss T,
and we make a Chatbout
Toronto. Ow.
Right? Woo!
So this week we are talking about breakups. And breakups, couple breakups, but also friendship breakups.
Oh shoot, let's just deal with relationship today.
You think so? Okay.
And we can do friendship another
because
day.
that's a whole other
That's
one.
a whole nother
Okay.
That's gonna be like another
okay.
We need to go on another level with that.
All right. We'll keep it to relationships.
Yes, please.
Yes. Okay. We'll keep it to breakups of romantic relationships.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
and what I find so interesting is that everybody always talks about, how it feels, when you break up with somebody, the anger, etc. He ain't shit.
Yeah.
He ain't shit. But we don't really talk about the stages that we go through while we're going through breakups, any type of tips on how to deal with it, etc. So this is what we're going to help you today.
I'm going to give you some tips on how to mend a broken heart.
I haven't been in a relationship, so I think my last relationship, serious relationship, has tainted me so bad that I don't even think about being in a serious relationship.
Wow.
That's I was so
traumatized.
I was traumatized. It made me feel very traumatized because I was pretty much at my most vulnerable point in my life. It was very vulnerable. I was at a very vulnerable moment, and he just kind of broke up with me. And it was just for me to actually be able to pick up and do that again. It's like
a little bit of PTSD. You thinking
I think
it could happen again?
No, I think so. I really think that I do. That's probably why I'm not in a relationship, because I'm just I'm gonna go through this again. Again.
That sucks.
Me, my body, my soul, my heart. My heart is very important.
Can't take it no more.
I can't take it.
Elizabeth.
I can't take it. So how do breakups make you feel? Maybe I'm being dramatic. Maybe I'm dramatic.
Not at all. No, breakups are horrible. Breakups are devastating. And especially if it's somebody that you really love, or that you really saw a future with, or somebody that you you really have a good friendship with, or your friend and your lover, and that kind of scenario always hurts. Damn, you lost your friend, you lost your partner, you lost your future.
Yes. So do you think you're good at, do you feel that you're good at dealing with breakups?
I know how to get myself through it.
Okay.
So I would say,
okay.
My general answer, I would say yes. Number one, because I'm not a crazy ex. I'm not a person who's gonna carry on and cuss you out and keep your car and stalk you, and I'm not doing none of that stuff.
Right.
So in that way, yeah, I think I handle it well that way. But will I pretend like you died? Yes. Absolutely.
So wait.
Will you ever have access to me ever again in your life?
So it's out of sight, out of mind.
Dead.
Out of sight. You know what's crazy?
Never happened.
I do this thing. There's this thing in our culture where it's you mark it on the wall. That's the statement. That's it. That's wrap.
It done.
So if we broke, when my ex broke up with me, I told him, I'm marking it on the wall. Don't fucking come back to me. Don't ask me no questions. Don't even try, because it's not even because of the breakup. It was because it was he didn't try. I don't feel like he tried.
Yeah.
So personally, I don't handle breakups well.
What do you do? Are you
I think I'm the same as you, out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to talk to you. But then I'm a weed and alcohol person. I go into it's a horrible, horrible habit. It's just weed and alcohol and slow jams.
Slow jams.
Yes. Weed and alcohol and slow jams is how I deal with breakups.
Oh man. I can't lie.
And counseling.
And counseling,
yeah.
right? I definitely I will burn the weed, yes. I will have some wine, yes. But like honestly, I'll cry it out, but like by myself. I'm a real self-soother. Very much a self-soother. So when I'm going through things, like I just go to myself. I just lock away and just deal with it myself. I'll cry. I'll freaking punch the air. I'll like, cuss in my room. Like I'll do all that. But then after I'm just like.
So when you say you're a self-soother, like how do you, what are the things that you say to yourself to soothe yourself to feel better?
First thing I would usually do in any kind of situation like that is like the reason why we broke up. Like I will go back to that, like assess, what happened, what part did I play, what transpired, and what could I have done differently, or what how did I contribute to the outcome, and then from there you kind of have to go with what you're gonna do differently. But outside of that, like. I'm one of those people, I guess people will consider that a toxic trait for me because I'm able to cut very clean and move on.
Is it really though? Is it really toxic? I don't necessarily mean I don't think it's toxic as long as it's not affecting your subconscious. Yeah. And you're consciously making an effort to move forward. Yeah. I don't think it's toxic at all. I actually think it's pretty fucking good because I'd be like, why? I have like this diary. Why did this happen today? I just feel like I'm not enough. Why did this happen to me? Like I feel like I'm internalizing it, right?
And at times you do that. That's a normal part of it, I think, right? Like you're always gonna go through and be like, I should have done this or I could have done that or why did I say this or whatever, right? But I still feel like at the end of the day, I'm just like, okay, well, if I know that I've been good to you and I've been like, I've treated you with respect. I've always been, looking out for your best interests. I've been good to you. Then I just let it go. I'm just like, what? People are in your life for a reason, a season, or some people a lifetime, right? So I'm like, okay, season, deuces.
Without saying any names, we
never say names.
We don't, and people have to understand your names will be trusted. If you feel that it applies to you, then it applies.
If you feel it's yours, it's yours.
It's yours.
But we won't say a name.
We won't. I will say mine, but I will ask you first. What was one of your worst breakups that you've ever experienced?
My last one.
Bambakala. I would say so too.
Yeah. My last one.
Do you want to give why was it the worst? Like, how did you, what made it feel like it was the worst?
That breakup was the worst because... Okay, so... For one, I felt that I saw a future with that person. More than I had with anyone else so far.
Okay.
So that hurt me. That, the loss of that. Then I felt like I gave so much of myself, especially towards the latter part of our relationship.
And your time.
Time, effort, sacrificing everything for that person. And then it just felt that the person was ungrateful for, you know what I mean? For everything that I had done. It just felt like they almost felt entitled to it. And right. That shit infuriates me.
And the thing that with you that I guess both of us, we're very nurturing.
Yes.
We're very nurturing. We're very caring. Especially if it's someone we really, really like.
Yes.
And I feel like in that relationship that you had with him, you went hard.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't like you went hard and you never, I think when I used to hear you talk, you never complained. You never once complained. You actually did it because you really, really wanted to.
When I loved him. You do, to me, I'm like, if that is a person that you see yourself marrying or being with for long term. Yep. Then you treat that person the way you would want them to treat you, right? So what I want, if I was in his position, would I want him to Bim? No. I would want him to stay and take care of me, right? So I just felt like there was really no other option. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Right? But you live and learn. You live and learn. Okay?
I think for me, again, my worst breakup was also my last. And if you realize, the timeline for us is almost very similar. Yep. So imagine how long it's been since we've been in a serious relationship after that. Yeah. We're not going to tell you a year, but I can just tell you it was a long time. And for me, I think I've spoken about it before. I was at a point in my life where I went through like a depression. Like I was really depressed. And, you know, my life wasn't really going the way it was planned. You know, I had just moved into my new place and I got into a really bad car accident. And then I had ended up going, like, the job that I had, you know, they wanted to keep me, but that position that was paying me less wanted to bring me back. So I had to go back to that. I was working 3 jobs with the accident. My back broke up and I had this man here not really, like, mentally supporting me, and he was just wanting sex.
Not just mentally, not even physically, financially.
Like, not financially, because the only thing really that he did was pay groceries. Okay, like, so he wasn't financially supporting me either, right? And I was low. I was so low. I felt like I was so low, and it wasn't even like it was months. And this man was mad because I wasn't giving him sex every day. Yeah. So to me, it was kind of like, you got me at this vulnerable point. I'm willing to do anything for you. And I'm doing what I can do. I've never asked you. I don't ask you for anything. Yeah. And then you tell me.
This is what on your mind?
Sex.
It's so funny because that was one of the major issues that happened in my breakup too. It's unbelievable when you're in a moment of like brokenness, how sex can still have to be at the forefront of your mind.
Can you imagine?
I just can't.
Why wouldn't you say, you know what? Let me get my girl in tip-top shape. So then the sex will run, because you know what? This is someone I'm seeing for a life. I'm going to be with for a lifetime. Like, this is just a phase. Like, it was just a phase. Like, it wasn't something that lasted for even maybe 6 months tops. It didn't even last long. But I feel like
the first sign of it, everyone's just like, oh, deuce.
But when the initial breakup happened, I asked him, "Are you sure?" I asked him, you know, I said, "You very sure about it? Do you want to go to counseling? Like, I want to go to counseling with you. I'm begging you. Malaysia Arajwa Mensa is begging you to see if you want to work this shit out. And you fucking tell me no?" I said, "Okay, cool." And I said to him, I marked that shit on the wall. I said, "You know what? You said what you said. Don't ever try coming back. I'm good." Done. It took me a year or something to like physically get over it, because it was like,
it takes a while. I think it took me probably maybe longer, because I say that, but like, when you haven't been in a relationship for however long after the relationship, does that mean that you're still not over that relationship or the trauma that relationship caused you?
You
know what I mean? Because it's been years, my G, for me, that, you know, it's not that I haven't, I guess for me, it's not that I am afraid. I'm not afraid of getting back into a relationship or.
Oh, I am. Fuck hell. Me, I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
No, I'm not afraid.
I'm afraid, bro.
But I just haven't really found anyone that, like, you know, like that, like, because I shifted from getting into that like relationship and settling down. I just shifted into like going after my goals that I don't see. I don't see a person next to me yet.
Okay.
It's weird. That's bad.
I think, mine is completely opposite. I think it's more of, for me, I'm really just, if I like you, I'm going to take it as slow as fucking possible. Yeah. To make sure that you understand that there's different sides to me. And I think the problem is that everybody is so used to the encouraging Mel. that Mel who's always hype at a party, that Mel who's always, you know, ready to go, ready to support. Oh, you have a project? Let me help you with it.
Let me do, yeah.
But when it's time, when I get into that other moment where I have self-doubt or I feel whatever the case may be, granted, I know you don't need anybody to bring it up.
Yeah, but your
for
partner,
your
that's
partner,
what your partner is supposed to
should
help
be
to
supporting
do.
you. Like for me, it's kind of like, I just was like, I don't know if I'm interested in doing that again.
Yeah.
Like it really hurt. And it's crazy because like it took me a year to get over it, but the universe is so fucking amazing and God is amazing. And I know I'm not trying to be religious or whatever, because I was at that time was when I first started at that stupid place. And I was having so much problems at that place. The manager I had was so mean to me. I was going into the washroom and crying during training because the person who was supposed to train me could only train me for 30 minutes because they finished at 3 o'clock and 3:30 and my training was done at 3. So I was sitting in a caseload that was like, it was like a year behind. And I'm brand new. No one's assisting me. My man telling me him not want me, trying to make all type of excuses, saying I'm cheating on him, all types of things.
That's a traumatic time in life.
It's very traumatic. And I was so low. And then one day our coworker Denise came to me and said, Mel, I can sense there's something wrong with you. And I was just like, who the fuck is this lady? Why is she talking to me? Like, don't get personal with me. I don't know you like that, bitch. But she's like, she came and she gave me this.
She could feel your energy.
She could feel my energy that it was too low.
Yeah.
It was low. Like, I was doing 3 jobs. I was even working at the stupid call center, you know, like doing like the Cancer Society and all that stuff with teenagers. Yeah. Imagine me working with Vaya. And her friends. Yeah. Big woman like me.
Yeah.
So she gave me this velvet book. And this beautiful book, it was just so beautiful. She said, every time you're feeling a particular way, write it down. So I said, you know what, let me start doing that. And I started doing that. And then I started reading the shit. And after a year after I started going back and I was reading into it, I was like, wait a minute. What the fuck am I upset about? I was the catch.
Yeah.
I was the one who had the money.
Realize after,
you were like he was catching up in my place.
House. Exactly.
I was still traveling. You couldn't go nowhere. So then I started thinking about all that stuff, and then I was able to break down the benefits of being with him, like what he did for me, like helping me to be vulnerable, encouraging me. But then what I realized is like I was actually too good for him. I was too good for him. And it's crazy. I'm still his friend now.
Really?
I'm still his friend.
Girl.
I'm still his friend because now I can break it down and understand that like, no, like that wasn't that he came into my life for a particular reason.
Right.
You know, he came into my life to push me into certain things where I didn't see. And now I can understand.
You learned that lesson and you moved on and you're next level.
I haven't moved on because I don't trust none of y'all brothers out there. Y'all just be shady.
You've learned the lesson from him anyway.
Yes.
And then
to apply to myself.
Right.
And how to deal with myself and how to like deal with certain situations and things like that.
Cheers to
Cheers. Cheers to whatless exes.
Bonfire on them.
But you helped us learn, though. You helped us grow.
Definitely lessons. You know, like, that's the one thing. Like, as much as you have, like, people that you break up with and you have, like, little, you know, like, you'll never talk to again or whatever, they all taught you something.
Yes.
You all, you know, you learn from them.
Yes.
You enjoyed the times you spent with them. Yes. You know, the times that the places you might have gone with them or whatever the case is. So, there's good in every bad, right? So, you just have to just look for...
Yes. So, the ex that the worst breakup that you had, do you still talk to him?
No.
Out of sight, out of mind.
No, we don't.
Mark it on the wall.
Mark it on the wall, okay?
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
We're good. Don't wish you bad, but don't want to hear from you either.
Ooh, so psychologists say that there's 5 stages to breakups that humans go through.
Okay.
And these are the processes that we as humans go through, and we all have to pay attention to them.
Mm-hmm. Everybody goes through this. It's not like selective or...
They say everyone goes through it. It may
they probably display it in different ways.
Different ways, or some people deal with one stage longer than others, or some people just go boom, 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 quick, move on, right?
That's me.
So I don't. You're. I need to be more like you. Tasha, you show me your ways.
I have to say,
show me your ways.
That last one took me out a little bit though, but for the most part, I'm just like, oh, okay. I think anyway. That's another.
I need to learn your way.
Meeting.
Can you teach me?
Another show?
Yeah, I think so.
But I think there's a little bit of emotionally unavailability in there too. I don't know.
I don't know. Really? Just a small. A tad. Okay, so the first stage of breakups, is denial.
Denial that it's happening.
Yeah.
Or that
It's denial that you're saying like. You're in denial because you have to like physically, you have to mentally adjust to your situation, and you really can't believe that it's happening.
Yeah.
Like, have you like?
I mean, yes. Initially, that is you do kind of go through the like, is this for real?
Yes.
Are we really breaking up?
Yes.
Are we gonna make back up?
Yes.
Are you know, are you just mad today, or are you serious?
Yes. And I think they say, the psychologists say that when you're in that phase of denial, you actually start believing that it's possible, like you were just stating, that person is gonna come back.
Coming back, yeah.
But most of the time they're not. So I think that sometimes it's easy to move on to the next step. But what they're saying is, though, when you're going through that initial stage, your first stage, the most important thing is to rely on family and friends. Mm-hmm. You know, you and I have our whole thing where we go and seclude ourselves on our own and deal with it on our own. That's not what's supposed to be happening.
I know. It's a bad thing.
Even women who know their friends are going through breakups, you have to make sure that you're available for them. Yeah. On the phone, going to visit them, going to, to see how they're doing.
And sometimes you have to force your way in.
Yes.
All the time. Because a lot of times people will tell you, I'm good, just leave me alone. I just want to be alone. And I am one of those people. So, and there's a time and space for that, right? Like, if I say initially, like, I want to be alone, like, let me be alone.
Yeah.
But if a few days has passed and I've been alone for those few days, then you should probably check in on me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
bring a little something and chill.
Because you want to be alone, but at the same time, you need people to help you move through.
And I think we as women, that whole idea of like trying to be strong and trying to say like, I can handle it, or
I could do it,
or not wanting to be a bother.
Right.
We all as
women, wanting to burden your friends.
We got to let that go. Yeah. Because sometimes, and you may not have 20 friends, but there may be one person that you can rely on that's going to come and check up on you and make sure that you're okay.
That's true.
Because sitting at home crying in your bed and wishing that person is there, because that was your best friend, because that was the person you talked to about everything with, that person is gone. Yeah. So what are you?
All the plans you made with that person is also gone. So now you're mourning the future that you planned with that person, as well as the person, right? So it's just.
I'm even my heart.
Just pour a little bit out for the dead exes right now. We gonna pour a little bit out.
We need to pour. I should have bought a bigger bottle this time. I don't know. I just, you know what's so crazy about these wine bottles that really bothers me?
Slimmer and slimmer.
It's not even that. Like, the variety for the larger ones are
smaller, yeah.
So when you go to the wine store or you go to the LCBO and you see all these beautiful, cool bottles, it's only the small ones, and it's like, when are we gonna get variety for the combo pack?
They want you to buy multiple bottles of the slimmers.
Oh my God, true. I didn't think of that.
It's more money.
Tasha, you smart, girl.
You
commerce.
Smart.
What? So the second stage of a breakup is anger.
Right.
And they're saying that it's normal to be angry.
That's the part when you realize they're not coming back. That's when the anger kicks in. When you're like, hold up, you was fucking serious? So that's how you gonna do me?
You look at your phone, you think it's a text message, you get up and
You're jumpy.
And it's like, it's an email. And junk email. It's not even something.
You're gonna text you like, oh shit, it's Susie Share 80% off.
My chest would be like, fuck, are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's so true.
Okay. So that's when the anger kicks in. That's when you're just like, yo.
It does.
This man is an asshole.
You're gonna do me like that, nigga?
That's how you gonna do me after everything I've done for you. That's when the anger comes out. That's when the Angela Bassett comes out.
But the Angela Bassett comes out. However, psychologists state, do not make any rash decisions that you may regret later.
Like burning down the man's clothes in his car.
Because we have seen
I
stuff.
don't think she regret that stuff. I wouldn't regret it.
I'm sure 20 years later, as a if
when
you
you
look back, you're gonna be like, why did I do this? Just like, look how we've been looking on social media, for instance, right? And then like we've been seeing a lot of women getting cheated on or whatever, and they're getting caught, and they're just creating this scene, like a real scene, like a real scene, like.
I can't. I'm not doing it.
I think I'd be more angry where I would be talking bad about him, but I don't think I would be doing anything in public because I have too much pride for that. But I don't know, because when your emotions are riding, you don't know what you're going to do.
Now, I'm going to say that in general, I agree with you. So I wouldn't attack. You know, like if I caught my man cheating in public, I'm not. Yeah. I'm no cheaters thing where I'm running out the van and we're running up to you with the cameras and
he's right there. He's right there. No, let us do this.
Like, I'm not doing that. Right?
We're just gonna prepare you.
He just wants to ask you a question.
He's at dinner. He's at dinner with a woman at Shea restaurant. So we're gonna
have eyes on them.
We have eyes on them right now. So we're gonna go. Are you okay, Tash? Are you okay?
I'm like, yeah, I want to confront him.
Are you gonna?
I want to ask him why he's doing this to me. Why he wants to break up our family. Nope, that's not how it's gonna go at all. But I have to say, it's not.
I'm sorry. That was
Those girls are always so calm on the show. I'm just like, are you serious? You just watched the video. Dude is tonguing down the thing in the parking lot, and you're on. So I'm like, yeah, I want to confront him. Anyhow. Yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm not gonna cause a scene and get wild because I don't want no video footage of me circling the internet like that, right? However, I cannot say that if I found my significant other with a friend that I won't beat that ass.
So okay,
I can't say that I wouldn't.
Well, okay,
because it's a double fucking. Like, it's not just a random. It's...
Yeah. I think for
I'm
me...
I'm fucking both of them up for that. I think that would make me want to attack.
I would probably fuck up... No, I wouldn't. I guess I just don't see myself doing it. Like, I'm not a...
This is the man you love.
Tasha, I think...
That you love, you know.
My mind has become... I don't know if I'm frozen. Like, sometimes I wonder, like... If there's something really wrong with me.
She's frozen.
I really believe sometimes it's like I always expect the worst.
Really?
I always expect the worst. So it's maybe I'm frozen. Thinking. So it's kind of like if something were like that to happen, I would be like, okay. I'd see him on road. I see him with a bitch, and we don't have an open relationship because I'm kind of down with the open thing, right? And we've never discussed that. And I seen him on road. I say, okay, I'll just go home, pack my shit, and I'll just leave. Like I'm
gonna cuss him out. I'm not gonna leave silently. For sure, you're gonna get cussed. Like no two ways about it. But I'm not gonna do it on road. I want you behind closed doors because I want to tell you things to make you cry.
So what they do say is that you have to wait till you're less emotional to be if you want to express any type of feelings, and they say allow yourself to work through your anger, perhaps exercising, finding an extracurricular,
exercising on another deck.
Well, yeah, that works. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't care what anybody fucking tells me. People always
That helps you
say
get
that
over.
secondhand dick is not good dick. Don't let it depends on your
Every
person.
dick is secondhand dick.
That's what Mia said. That's what Mia said.
It's used already.
And I think sometimes some women don't even realize it because the breakup, some people, like not all women, but some women are in, or men, I don't know, who are in relationships who are emotionally tattered. They're mentally like they're just down.
Yeah.
And to have sex with somebody, not just a wham and get out of there kind of guy, but like a guy who actually like finds you very attractive and he's worshiping you, and you realize, I'm that bitch. Like, what was I, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was I stressing about? So like, psychologists don't say that sex is not a good option, but I'm gonna say it worked for me.
It depends on the stage you're at, and it works for some.
It works well.
I think it depends on your level of emotional.
I was fucking down the
control.
Place. Fuck that. Me, I'm my own place. Me, I fuck down the place. What? Fuck down. Instead of crying down to sleep, crying in my bed. Fuck me.
Exactly. Why the hell are you gonna sit there crying? He's not crying.
Yeah.
He's not.
They also do suggest what my coworker suggested to me, journaling.
Yeah, that's cool and everything, but
expressing your feelings. They say that when you journal, it's a way for you to express your emotions.
Feelings.
Yes.
See, but this is for me. I also feel this is the time where I express my emotions directly to him, tell him what he mother cunt. You know what I mean? So that way I don't have to do any journaling because I'ma just let him know how I feel.
So you're doing a vocal journal?
Yeah.
Not in writing, but you're saying
voice note.
Are you one of those people like you'll send a voice note?
Yes.
So like he'll go
here 20 minutes because it'll be chopped up every friggin' minute. And you know what else? You bitch. That's right.
I fucking did that one time with this guy who ghosted me, and I texted him this long text. And I was ashamed of myself after.
Really?
Like, I really wish in my heart that I can retract that text message because I don't believe that he even deserved that kind of energy from me.
Is it that you were like, were you mean? Like,
I wasn't mean at all. I was pretty vulnerable.
Emotional?
I wasn't not emotional. It was more like, yo, like you could have just told me you didn't see me that way.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
But I went in like I view you as a friend and like I went in like I went a little long, a paragraph I would say, and I was embarrassed of myself. Like I couldn't. It took me like a year to even get over me texting that guy. Like,
oh my gosh,
I have issues, people. I'm frozen. I don't think people really understand how frozen I am.
Ice pick out. You're gonna come if you're gonna fuck with Mel. You got your ice pick.
Just pick it slowly. Pick it very, very slowly.
Just tap at it.
Right?
Just tap.
Because sometimes you can be the one, but then you'll say like one thing and I get on alert.
Yeah.
And I get turned off.
And you start to put up the walls. Now you're just like, like pulling away.
But some guys will still keep on pursuing if they really want to. But some guys are like, all right, well, fuck this bitch.
Yeah, they'll give like, I'm not running you down.
No.
You want somebody to run you down.
No. And I'm a prize, so good luck for you. That's too bad for you. Anyway, the the third stage is bargaining. In this bargaining phase, you will
not with the person.
You will try to restore your relationship or perhaps build it as a friendship. So I was toxic last week.
I've done that.
Yeah. They say
I'm friends with most of my exes.
They say this can be disastrous. Trying to befriend an ex, especially soon after a breakup, will only keep the pain of the breakup fresh, and it's like you need to start salvaging your. See, they even said salvage. You need to salvage your pride.
Wow.
You need to salvage your pride and take a break
because it's shattered right now.
Yes, it's shattered. For me, I need a year or so. Before I don't have no contact. Like if you're my ex, I don't have no contact with you. I always have a year rule.
Really?
Where I can mentally be able to say like, let me be able to speak to you again. I can't do it right away because I tried and it didn't work.
Didn't work. I've usually had fairly decent breakups, for I guess lack of a better word, but I haven't really had, other than the last one. I haven't really had many that were like really,
out there, so it was
Yeah.
So did you feel that you didn't, was it easier for you to befriend them because you didn't really have a serious love connection for them?
It's not that, no, I love them, but I didn't hate them. So you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean.
She hated the last one. She hated him.
No, I didn't even hate him, it's just the way
he was shady. What he did was wrong. We don't want to be in full detail, but what he did was shady. It was shady. It was shady.
But anyway,
I Tasha, no judgment, but you really have to think about that.
Yeah.
Why do you do that? Why do you feel comfortable right away with someone who you already realized whatever that you could just be friends with them just right away? Like, fuck.
I just figure it's because we were already friends, and if we didn't break up in a way that was like disrespectful to me, then I'm like, okay, she's rolling her eyes. If I broke up with the person, just be like, for instance, I had an ex that like I loved him, but I just, you just don't feel that like connection. You don't feel like that's the person for you, right? You just you kind of grow out of love, I guess, or fall out of love or whatever, right? So it's not that I dislike him or he did anything wrong to me or he cheated on me or anything like that. It's just, I just didn't feel like that was my person.
Okay. So I guess you just go through the phases quickly. So it's not something
I'm too rational. I think that's my problem.
That's
the Virgo in me.
It's not a problem.
It's
very good as a human.
Logical and very. But sometimes it's lacking emotion. It's too much on the.
In our culture, it's like you're too din. You're too din din.
What's that din din?
You're hard.
I'm din din. That's my new nickname. I'm din din.
Din din Tasha.
Din din Tasha. Okay, no, but honestly, like it just feels like I just don't see why I'm gonna like
stress over it.
Stress or like have myself in emotional distraught or like crying over people, and I just that's just.
But
not.
Tasha, maybe that is
who I am.
Maybe in a way, like it's not in the 5 stages, but maybe that is a good way to kind of deal with it, because at the end of the day, we as human beings have to sometimes be realistic about what the situation is and what's happening, because when you're in love, you're blinded.
Right.
When you break up, you're able to get out of that light and look inwards towards the light and see the outside and see like the mistakes, what would have happened if this person was for you, if that person was the right person for you. Was it the right moment?
Right.
Was I in the right moment?
Timing for that? Were they fine, but just the wrong timing? Yeah.
That's what Mia said.
Yeah.
So the other one is depression. It's they say that, we go through all these phases and then we go through depression, and it's normal to be sad. At this point, you're grieving. This is that moment. You come to terms with the fact that the situation is not going to change. There's no bargaining. There's none not going.
Done.
And they say at this time, it's a time for relaxation. You may want to be alone. I think
But they shouldn't leave you alone at that point?
No, I think my problem is I stay in that phase for too long. So I need to be like you to go through it, the emotions, and feel a particular way, but keep going. But I stay in that depression phase, right? And when you stay in that depression phase, you begin to self-doubt yourself.
Yes.
You begin to not value yourself. You begin to
question yourself.
Yes.
You question if you're worth it.
Yes.
If you did something.
Yes.
If you have to change something.
Oh my gosh.
If there's a reason why this keeps happening.
It's
all kinds of shit. Yeah.
Like, oh, that's why I never want to be in a relationship, because these type of things happen. Yep. What's wrong with me? And I'm questioning myself, and I know that I'm a good person.
Yeah.
But
it's just a scenario. It's just a situation that happened.
Yes.
Not everybody. I mean, again, when you look at things from a perspective of like people are there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, then you have. I find it easier to just kind of categorize situations or experiences that you're having, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm okay to let go of things.
Okay.
I think I've also, my upbringing.
Din din.
And like it's just been. I saw a meme the other day and it said, the person I needed most taught me that I didn't need anyone at all.
Yo.
And
you're alone.
That's my life, right? And so that's why from a very young age, I've just always been able to detach. Fuck. Right?
See, I can do that, but it takes me a year.
It takes you a little bit longer. For me,
Yeah.
I'm like,
right away.
yeah.
So they do say during that time, you do have to rely on a support system to keep you distracted from your grief.
Yes.
They also say that you have to resist temptations to turn to drugs, alcohol, or food. Those habits can be destructive. They're saying rather try eat well, sleep well, and exercise. And you know, I'm saying this because I'm reading it and I did the research about it, but I'm going to tell you for a fact. Like I said at the beginning, I do weed, alk wine, and slow jams. That is my cure. And
that's what helps you through it.
And it may not be the right cure. And clearly they're saying it maybe become into an addict. I'm not an addict.
The pregnant pause. Don't kill me.
Last week I was toxic. This week there's something that's wrong.
This week you're an addict. And this weekend you don't deal with breakups properly.
I use drugs to help
you
me feel good about drugs. Right?
No, but honestly, I mean, like, if we're gonna just be realistic, this is what people do. We grab the liquor, we grab the weed. I mean, people grab one of the other things.
Yo, I'm on road,
we go fuck other people. We go out, we go party. That's when your girls are gonna call you up and be like, yo, bitch, get dressed. We are going out. You're not crying tonight. Get up, get dressed. Right?
I remember one of my girls, she's just like, we're going to a fete.
Right?
And then we had a phase where we were like fetting like hard. Right, true. I gotta give her props. Right? I gotta give D props. She really got me out of it. Yeah.
Right? Takes you out of the funk, get you out, distract you, take you out of that energy, and get you in front of other people.
The final stage is acceptance.
Right.
That's when you know you made it. And I don't believe everybody makes it to that. I don't believe everyone makes it to that point. No. And it says the final stage of grief after a breakup, you will begin to piece together what happened, accept the breakup, and acknowledge the part you played in it. Use this time as an opportunity. Use this time. Like what I told you before, you have to journal. Use this time as an opportunity. I'm going to be like Dr. Umar. I got to say it 3 times for you to really ingest it in your system to learn from your mistakes.
Yes.
That's it. Learn from your mistakes from the past and carry these lessons on into the future. Because what happens and the problem is that we don't even realize that we as human beings, our subconscious has already has programmed memories that are already there, that subconsciously they're affecting us and we don't even realize it. So those images so you have to start making that conscious effort to try to reprogram yourself and change that perspective of how you view yourself. Because I can tell you years ago, I did not feel that I was wifey material because I got broken up with, like someone broke up with me. But then, through years of figuring it out, you understand.
Yeah.
Whatever the case. But people need to understand the pain is not completely gone.
No.
But you will heal. You will heal. There's always a light at the end of the fucking tunnel. Yep. Always. Always.
Nothing lasts forever.
Nothing.
Not even the grief of it. Nothing lasts forever.
You think sometimes I sit there,
there will be a new day, honey child.
Girl, sometimes I go sit there and say, I know what man I want. I know the man I want.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when I look at some of my exes, I was like, what was I doing?
Yeah, that's not him. That wasn't him. And we know that was not him.
It wasn't. It was not. So cheers to acceptance and acknowledgement. And growing.
And growth.
And we all want our Chatbout ladies and men to grow. We all want to grow. That's why we're here. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, this year, Chatbout Toronto is going to be intentional.
Yeah.
Like, we're not here to be playing games. Like, we're raunchy or whatever the case. Yeah. We're always going to
always going to talk the shit.
But we want to be intentional with it.
Talk the real.
We
always did anyway.
We do. But you guys, some people are haters. You wanna give some things, you wanna let people know of some things to help them after a breakup?
Well, here are the things.
Here's
some things that you can do to help you deal with bun or breakup.
I like bun better. That should be our we are change the title. How to deal when you get bun. When you get bun, and then
but we have to do we didn't talk about what to do when you get bun,
bro.
That's a lot of stuff.
Oh shit, that could be another.
That's another episode.
That's another episode. Thank you.
So here we go with some things to do after a breakup. So give yourself some space, and I think that to me that means some alone time. Mm-hmm. Take some time away from people and friends and men and women and everybody. And just,
social media.
Yeah, and social media.
Get off that. Get off that.
Definitely.
You don't want to hear yours, mine, and ours. I could do this for hours. Fuck all you happy motherfucking couples. I don't want to see your asses.
Don't kill me today.
Fuck them shit. Yo, sometimes when I say, I'm like, delete.
Hey, you don't want to go and watch the little Voyager pages with all the little travel pages and all the couples on the beach. Yours, mine, and or the ones with their little floating fucking tray of food coming at them in the beach. Listen. For hours. And talk to you for hours. Whatever you want to do, your flowers. So the next thing they said to do is keep busy. And that's not meaning social media. No. Keep busy means do something else, have a hobby, go out, interact with people, go for a walk, work out, do whatever. Something else that just kind of distracts you and takes you out of the usual routine of your life.
And I can vouch for walking. I am now like a pro walker. And I feel like everybody always like says they want to go to the gym, they want to get pumped. Yeah. But mentally, sometimes it's hard to pick yourself, change your clothes, go to the gym, whatever. But like to go outside and go for a walk, and be in nature. Just sometimes you don't even realize how long, and you don't even realize how much weight you can actually lose.
Absolutely. And just even being outside, just getting a fresh breath of air, some vitamin D and some sunlight, exactly, can change your entire energy, 100%, your whole mood, your everything. So definitely, there's definitely value to that. The next one says to take some time out for yourself, and I guess that's kind of the same kind of thing what we were just talking about. But in this instance, I think it would probably look more like some self-care and just kind of taking care of yourself, pampering yourself a little bit. Give yourself the little soothing things that
don't let a breakup make you lose yourself. Yeah. Get your hair done. Yeah. Do things that make you feel good.
Get your beard clipped up. Get your hair cut.
Get a massage. What?
Don't stop doing the things that make you look good.
Yo, Groupon have beard massage. Yeah. Groupon has beard things that you can do for self improvement, that you can do for small change.
I think that's one of the major things. That's the first thing that you want to do is just give up. You want to stop looking good. You want to stop dressing. You don't want to work out. You're not eating well. You're just sorry for yourself, But those are the things that you should definitely not let go of, because when you look good, you feel good. Yep. And that will kind of help promote, pushing you out of the funk that you're in,
I agree. And one thing I can tell you, I could be mad depressed, but I can tell you for a fact, I will never look popped down. Never.
That's right.
Because you're never going to see me.
You have to just keep, because I find like looking good is a big part of feeling good, So the next thing they say is to talk to your friends and family and others who can support you. And I know that we, oftentimes when you're going through something this personal, you are so vulnerable with the whole topic that you pick and choose who you, or if anyone, that you share it with. Right? Because a lot of times you're going through stuff in your relationship and you didn't share everything that you were going through, right? Let's just be real. We don't tell our girlfriends all the shit that fucker did. Bro. We don't tell them until we're done. Then we come out and be like, and you know what else? That fucking asshole did. That's when you tell everything, right? Yo. But while you're with them, and if there's even a thought that you could get back together with them, you're not gonna tell your friend, oh, this guy gave me an STD, or this guy cheated on me, or this guy. You're not gonna tell her none of them things. You're not, right? You're not. So,
and I've heard some fucked up stories after the fact. Some
things that you're like, you were dealing with all of this and you didn't say what. So, you're not gonna divulge all the things, but you definitely want to be honest with somebody, at least one person in your life, about what you're feeling, because you need to be able to talk through your real emotions without having to mask or lie or, you know, pretend. You want to be able to really be honest and vulnerable and transparent with someone so that you can, you know, and that may not be a friend or family member. It may be a therapist, but there should at least be someone that you do that with.
And I feel like you have to have zero fucks about your feelings. I feel like it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes, and also understand that you can tell someone a story, they're not going to remember it 5 years, 10 years from now.
Girl,
like
not even 5 minutes
just,
after.
Yeah, like just literally like lower your pride and be vulnerable to one person. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Like it doesn't have to be like, you know, whatever, but we as women, I don't know if it's a black woman thing. I'm going to just speak on a black woman phase because I don't know about the other races. But for us as women, we don't want no one to chat me. Yeah, I don't want no one knowing my business. Right. But at the end of the day, people will always chat you. And what I'm realizing is people have already created a story about you already. Regardless. So when you are
whether they know your business or not, and they have a story.
Exactly. You have to go through those phases to understand that you need to release it. Black women, we need to release how we feel because it's showing. It's showing how we deal with each other. It's showing when we see each other. It's in your energy.
It's in how you deal with your children too.
Bro.
Like, we just carry it, right?
Talk. So even if it's a stranger. Talk about it.
And like I said, if you don't want nobody in your business, go to a therapist.
Thank you.
Okay? Yes, it costs money, but are you not worth it? Right? I know.
I like that.
But it's true. A lot of people, that's always the first thing people say is like, I don't have $200 to no hour to pay nobody. Da, da, da. But are you not worth that money? Because even if you have to spend $1,000 going to set up sessions and talk to 5 sessions that you need to talk to a therapist and get your feelings out and get all your unresolved bullshit out so that you can live your life free, isn't that worth the money?
I think so.
Right? Like, I don't know.
They say try not to use alcohol and other drugs to deal with the pain. I mean, you know, that's what they say. They say try to get regular sleep and exercise. Yes. So those are like the things that you can deal with, you know, with going through it. But, you know, we're running out of time. So we're going to go through the horror stories.
Yes. Let's do
some of these horror I'm so, like, I love these stories that I get. I get stories from online. I get stories from friends. I get stories from, you know, our Chatbout followers. Mm-hmm. And you guys really excite me. Like, sometimes, like, I'm reading these stories and I'm getting emotional and I'm getting angry. Like, wow. So I just want to thank everybody and also understand, too, like, I just want to have a disclaimer. Anything you send to me is always private. Yes. I'll never say any names. And again, if it apply, let it fly. It's about you. But your name is not going to be said. And that's, you know, it is what it is. So can I read I read the first horror story? And then you can read it. So it says, my man wasn't happy that I was going to Jamaica for Jamaica Carnival. I made plans with my girl a year in advance and I couldn't flop her because it was just her and I spoke while I would, he was supportive, whatever the case was, the case may be. While she was in Jamaica, she's like, I spoke to him every day. She came back home and she found the house was empty and he took everything. What? He took everything. He took everything. Wow. And I didn't add that he just left the little TV that she had that was in her room before me.
He took all her stuff?
He took everything. And he had left a note. And he said he was leaving her.
A Dear Jane letter. Well, that's some bullshit. That's fucked up, sir. So did she ever get back her things?
It was his things. He bought it.
Oh, so it was his shit. So he just took his shit.
Everything. She didn't.
I just left her with her one little TV that she came with.
She moved in with him.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
why women get your own shit.
Girl, first of all, he had planned to move all along because I have one. So she was not making me move out of my place. That bitch had to go, not me. First of all.
Sorry for laughing at you, sis. But I'm so sorry.
I'm just saying, sorry. For real, I'm sorry.
Can you imagine you're walking out, bam, 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 bullet, soca. No, but you come home and it's empty.
But why did he feel like Is it that she left and went and he told her he didn't want her to go?
She didn't tell me all of that, but I don't think he said that. I think maybe it was like influences of friends, like, yo, you're gonna let your, Toronto fans are like, you're gonna let your girl go to Carnival, she might be fucking right. You know the things that happen, like, cause one time
they're giving her fresh mango and Willy right now, dog.
You know what's so crazy? You know how much men really have confronted me and asked me that do we have sex on the road on Carnival? I said,
lots
listen,
of people think that.
A small, and it's so crazy. It's like a small portion of people that do the nonsense.
Of course,
and it reflects everybody.
There's people that fuck in the parties when you go out to the club. Like, there's people behind the speakers.
Thank you. And people don't understand. Carnival is about love. It's about vibes, and like it could be sexual, but it's not. Like until you're actually in it, you cannot talk about it. And I realize those who are not in it, they don't understand it, because most of us who are in costume, we're not fucking bubbling with randos.
No, you dance with people that you know, and even if you dance with someone that you don't know, it's not a disrespectful thing. It's like you take a wine and you go. You have to participate to understand. That's just another story, honey. You're just gonna get that another day. Too bad.
Grow up, grow up, grow up.
So the next one says, this is a horror story. He told me he was going on a trip to Nigeria. Then I see he was tagged in a wedding, and he was the groom.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. That's kind of a little normal.
What?
It happens often.
What do you mean that's normal?
Okay.
That's normal?
It happens often. I'm not saying it happens all the time. I'm not saying that, but there is situations where there are men who are from a certain country and they have their ting here. They go back home, do their family role of what they have to do, because sometimes some of those marriages have already been, preordained from like the time they do that, and they transfer between the two. Because remember, if you're marrying somebody who's from the Caribbean or American, or even if I was marrying a Nigerian guy, I don't understand the language. Right. So he can just say, oh, hey, it's my mom on the phone. Right. Come down. And they're just speaking. Right. You're not going to hear anything that you're saying. Because even with me in Ghana, there's so many different languages. So if I'm dating a guy who's Ewe or fucking Ga, I don't know the fuck they're saying. They could have a whole family. They could have a whole piece of something. And me not know.
And you don't know.
So it's...
What? That's madness.
It's part of the territory, ladies. You guys, everybody's seeing all these Nigerian and Ghanaian weddings and say, I want that. I want that too. And sometimes your wedding is not, sometimes it's not even real. Because he's already married already.
I'm going back home to get married. You have to carry me home.
Tasha, if you ever married an African man, we will do the real research. We will do research.
Back at your place. We're not getting married here.
What do you mean? I would get
to have your whole wife back home? No. What
are you talking about? There's private investigators and security services that will do the search for you. Okay. Because I do believe that African men will love you and value you. I personally don't think if you were to move to somewhere like Ghana, you would ever work again in your life.
Oh my God, don't say those things.
No, I'm not, like, this girl thinks I'm joking. This girl can fucking just paint all for her time.
Oh my God.
Do non-profit.
Don't tell me that. I will move tomorrow.
You think I'm playing? I'm not playing. Like, you know what I've seen. And I only saw the surface.
Let's go.
Tasha, you're beautiful. Like,
Let's go.
This girl's beautiful. Like, she's absolutely beautiful. She has an amazing personality. On top of it, she already acts like an African woman. So you don't even realize that there is a difference. Like, you literally act like it.
African woman.
Because you are. You are African. Yes. That's my, and I have to.
We have to reprogram ourselves. It's true. Yes. Because we're always identifying only with our last place of origin, not our first place of origin.
And you are fucking African, and you have it in you. And it's like, because now these new age chicks, these men aren't feeling it. They want this. Yeah, they want tradition. This. But anyway, continue. What's the next one?
Okay, let's do two more and then we out because we over time. Okay. The next one is, so this one says, she broke up with me via text after 10 years. She said she was tired of the broke life. My ex is still single. You bitch. You was tired of the broke life, but now you're friggin' single. I'm probably broke still. How are you gonna break up with somebody after 10 years but you tired of the broke life?
This is the thing. How are you with a man? There's 2 incomes in the house. And
Is
after
there?
10 ways, no, but
because that's probably what the problem is. You're broke because you don't want to contribute.
Oh, that's true.
You want him to get big job, but you don't want to work. But even if she was, but I mean, like, okay, even if they were both working, 10 years you invested with someone, you tired of the broke life. What did you do to get us out of the broke life? Like, you didn't do nothing to get us out of the broke life, so what the fuck?
I think sometimes as women, we have to, like, understand our situation, understand our environment, understand where we are. We're in a country where it's like, it's not free. We're not free. We have mortgage. We have bills. Like, until you're meeting someone, even like 100,000 here in Canada, it's not a lot.
Girl.
So, like, you gotta
$1 million in Canada is not a lot.
Yeah, you gotta do a little.
You can
as
barely
a woman,
get a house.
I do believe. As a woman, you gotta do a little bit.
You've got to.
Yeah. This one was, my girl forgot I had a spare key and I wanted to surprise her. Ooh. The chain was on the door and she doesn't usually do that. Her child's father opened the door and said he's back from jail.
Baby boy.
And the relationship is over.
He told him that their relationship is over.
We don't have a lot, but I feel like we should just go through all of them.
That's a straight baby boy. That's a baby boy.
That is not even real life.
But anyway,
it is real. It is real life because we have a lot of our brothers in jail and they come out. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It was the holidays and my family was having a family dinner and they invited my boyfriend. The day of the dinner we talked, but we decided to go separate because I wanted to go early to help. Hours go by and he hasn't showed up. I was so worried something happened to him because his phone was off. Imagine. Especially with those black auntie. You know what? Let me just not go anywhere into this. My family started asking questions. Finally got a hold of him a week later. And he told me he's not ready for anything serious.
A week later?
Oh. Okay. So, I don't know.
That's a level of disrespect that I just don't know how to cope with.
The thing that
would burn my whole chest.
Listen, the thing that bothers me about it, nobody's putting a gun to your head to be in a serious relationship. Exactly. If you don't want to be in it, don't put yourself in situations that you don't want to be in. Like, why are you doing this? And why do you feel comfortable with breaking somebody's fucking heart? Like, but that's embarrassing.
Even agree to go.
That's my point.
If you are not into that, if you think it's too soon or you're not into that, like, just say that. Even if you didn't want to say, I don't want to go further with that, like, you know, I don't get nothing serious with you. You could at least say, I'm busy, I can't come to dinner.
And because she loves you, and sometimes when we're women and we're blinded in the situation, we will make a fucking excuse for you. You don't need to do all of this. Crazy. You don't need to do all this. Let's go to it's only 3 more. I'm going to go through them. I was working double shifts for months. This is a man. Because I wanted to pay for the engagement ring she really wanted. So she said she wanted to go to dinner for his birthday, I'm sorry. So that day he decided that was the day he was going to ask her to marry him. He said the dinner didn't go as planned. She dumped me because she said I worked too hard.
Oh my God.
I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you something real fucking quick. And I tell all these high value men that I fuck with, at this particular moment, don't say sorry to me if you can't message me right away. I don't fucking care. Because I know that I'm reaping the benefits from it. I know, like, there's things that you're going to do for me. But you have to understand, if you want something, you can't get everything at the same time. Yeah. Some things are going to be missing. Yeah, because you have this guy on the phone 24 hours on the hustle doing this, making money to get what you want. And then you complain. What the fuck do you want? A man is not a machine.
Exactly.
He's not a machine. The last 2, girl.
Okay, so first one says, I found out I was pregnant, kicked me out, and said he doesn't want anything to do with me and the child. My heart was broken.
Oh, damn.
So that was him kicking her out after finding out she was pregnant.
That's harsh.
That's dirty.
You know what? He didn't really want her to begin with.
So
she hopes she goes through all the 5 stages.
Girl, she probably went through all 18 of them stages. Then the last one says, caught my girl in bed with her best friend. Girl or boy? Thought my dreams was going to come true. I guess they were so into it, they didn't notice I came in. I was rock solid down there. Started taking my clothes off, and they stopped and both got dressed. Oh my God.
You ain't slinging it. Your dick ain't it.
That's not it. Your bitch wants a bitch. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Your girl got a girlfriend.
Definitely.
She said she was only using me for my money and a place to stay. I ended up dumped with blue balls. I think I was more mad about the blue balls.
Girls want to see what it be through. Girls want girls where I'm from. Again, girls want girls. Girls want girls where I'm from. Hey, hey.
Well, that was our episode on breakups.
Yeah.
Child.
We will definitely
breakups.
We will definitely do the friends breakup.
Yeah, we gotta do a friends breakup because I got some stuff to say.
Shit.
Got some shit to say. But anyway, cheers.
Until next time.
Happy Sunday.
Peace.